To all those affected, I want to say, we are deeply sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. Sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. Sorry. We're sorry. I'm deeply sorry. Sorry.
Nerd! D, wait for it. Lightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So it looks like they went with scenario 1, which we'll get into in just a second. But you guys, they are trying to fix this as soon as possible with this whole Ezra Miller situation because they don't want to get rid. See, I knew they didn't want to get rid of the Flash because it's $200 million, and that is so much money. It is like ridiculous amount of money to just get rid of this movie like they did with like Batgirl. Like, even though I don't think they should have gotten rid of Batgirl, but I mean, it must, like I said before when I did a video, that movie must have just been terrible for them to can it, and $90 million, I go, that's a lot of money, but this one is $200 million. And I was like, there's no way they're going to get rid of that. That is like so much money. It's like ridiculous. Well, now they're coming out with The Flash, Ezra Miller. They're citing mental health issues, which I knew they would do this and everything. And from what I've, seen online and everything, he has had some problems or whatnot, but that doesn't make it okay. And I want to go over this article real quick. And I just also want to point out, so Variety put this out last night or whatnot. I was at work when this came out, so I was like, ooh, I'm going to cover this tomorrow straight away. And sorry, I need some coffee because I want to get pumped. So listen, I'm not trying to make light of mental health issues because it is a problem. We all get like anxiety sometimes, and we all get like to where life is too much. But I think that just because you've got problems, that doesn't make it okay for you to just do whatever you want, especially if you are a rich, famous person. That doesn't make it okay. And one good deed does not, absolve you from a lifetime of sin. And I'm not saying Ezra Miller has a lifetime of sin. I'm just saying for the past couple of years, he's done some not so great things. And so therefore him just to come out and be like, I'm sorry, that's not good enough for me, at least not for me. So I just want to, let's read this article real quick. And it says, so the Flash star Ezra Miller says they are seeking treatment for complex mental health issues. Now, I would like to know what complex mental health issues that he has, because I mean, like, it kind of just makes it sound like his mental health issues are, they're way more complex than your mental health issues. Like, you just have anxiety, but he's got all these other things compiled onto anxiety and everything. It just, I don't know. I don't like that term, but it's fine. In a statement provided to Variety by a representative of the actor, Miller broke their silence about the troubling behavior that they have exhibited in recent years, which has led to a series of legal issues and assault and abuse allegations. Miller also apologized for their actions. I just want to say right now, he isn't breaking his silence. A representative is breaking their silence. So it sounds like they just read off of basically just a piece of paper over the phone. But it says, having recently gone through a time of intense crisis, and that may be true. I don't know what happened. From what I understand, YouTuber Grace Randolph, she said on a live stream one time, or a couple of times, that he had a death very close to him. Now, she didn't say who it was because she was like, this is his story and everything. But she said that someone had died close to him. And that's all she would say. And that, that's what put him in like that was like, I guess, the first stages or whatnot. But anyways, I'm not quite sure how much of that is true. I don't know anything anyway. So, I now understand that I am suffering complex mental health issues and have begun ongoing treatment. Good for him. Miller says, I want to apologize to everyone that I have alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in my life. Now, I just want to say, first off, good for him for trying to seek, attention and help for his problems. You know, I think that we all, you know, when you get to this point in your life where you're assaulting people and you're you know, having kids crawling around with bullets and you're getting, you know, all this stuff told about you, how you started a cult in a B&B in Iceland, you're just like, and you're stealing alcohol when you can clearly afford it, just go buy it. You don't have to steal it from somebody's house. It's so weird, this whole thing. But I want to hop over to this one. Okay, so this was a little while ago. I think this was the 11th, put out on the 11th. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. We'll find it. On the 11th, yes. So they put a Hollywood Reporter did this story, right? And they did these, they were like, a source with knowledge of the situation says the studio appears to be preparing for 3 possible scenarios. Okay, you guys ready? First scenario. Warner Brothers has received indications that the 29-year-old whose mother has accompanied the actor in recent days will be seeking professional help after returning home to their farm in Vermont after being away. If that happens, Miller, who goes by they, them pronouns, could give an interview at some point explaining their erratic behavior over the past few years. The actor could then do limited press for The Flash, and the movie would open in cinemas as planned. So I think this was the scenario that they're going with. He met with his mother. He's only 29. That's so young. Dude, get it together. So they went back to their home and everything. I don't know why they put who goes by they, them pronouns. That has nothing to do with the story, but whatever. Like they're saying people who go by they, them pronouns are the only people with mental health issues. I don't like that, but and whatever. Sometimes Hollywood Reporter, they are dumb. Anyways, could give an interview explaining. So I think that this right here, this statement was the first step to that interview that he's going to do. So I've recently gone through a time of intense crisis. I now understand that I am suffering from complex. So I think this statement is the first step in this first scenario. What were the other 2 scenarios? Even if Miller doesn't reach out for help, Warner Brothers could still release the film, but don't expect Miller to play a prominent role in terms of marketing and publicity. Okay, so they're not in the situation Miller further workers would kill the movie outright. So scrapping a $200 million would be an unprecedented move. Yeah, because nobody's ever done that before, like at all. Like I've heard them scrapping certain like projects, like I think movies and TV shows and stuff like that. But they were like basically, nothing burgers. It was like a pilot for a TV show that wasn't going to work out. But so they're going with this first one and I'm curious as to see how long it'll take before we get that interview, because The Flash, I believe, comes out next year in March. I'm not quite sure. And I also love how in this article they pick the picture of him where he's like least crazy looking. Like, you always get those pictures of him where he's like got the 6 eyeballs and stuff, or he's wearing like some kimono with like a duvet for a hat, and you're all like, what's going on here? What's going on? This is just crazy bones. And some stuff, like when he cosplayed at Comic-Con one year and he went as like a mushroom or whatever from Mario. I was like, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm all about cosplaying, but he was so unprofessional when he did stuff like that. Like, I'm like, Ezra, you're this is your job. Be professional when you need to be, and then be a fan slash cosplayer when the time is right. And I always felt like he was unprofessional when it came to terms of his job as an actor. And as a fashion person, he always did the avant-garde thing, which I get, but at the same time, people just, because like for this article, a lot of people were using this photo. Now, listen, he doesn't look that bad. He kind of looks like a rock star here, but there are some photos where I'm just like, what are you wearing, dude? That looks terrible. Even if you are a man wearing it looks terrible. So that's the story, guys. He's getting help. He's having complex mental health issues. I still don't like that term, but whatever. What do I know? But he's getting help. And listen, I hope I want the best for everybody, but I don't know. Like, I still think that after this movie that maybe they should recast the Flash. I don't think that he's, even if he does get help, he could just relapse and it just wouldn't be good for the studio. And I just think that they should, I really think that maybe they should just recast, maybe think about it. I don't know. Depends on how well he does with his mental health, help, his treatment, All right, you guys, that's all I got for you guys. Tell me what you guys think about this issue. Are you on Ezra's side and you hope he gets, well, we all hope everybody gets better, right? I mean, like, that's just the right thing to do as a person, as a human being. You want, other human beings to survive and live, a happy and healthy and productive life. But do you think he should stay on as the Flash, or do you think he's just soiled that brand so much that it's like, I'm sorry, but this movie, because it's tested well. From what I understand, it's tested in the 80s when they do screen tests, and that's really good. So it must be a really good movie. But I just go, after this one, can you trust Ezra Miller to stay, on the path of productivity and everything, or is he going to relapse and go into insanity again? You never know. I mean, mental health is not a joke. It's something you don't mess around with and you don't play around. All right, tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on my next video. You guys have a good day. Bye.